Where to go from here, huh? Just a reminder, maybe you can begin with a reminder that there's the vulnerable part or parts in us. And then there are the protectors, and the protectors are of two kinds. The proactive ones and the reactive ones. So the proactive ones are the ones who make sure you avoid triggering the wounded one. For instance, you're invited to a dinner party, and the only person you know is the host. And there's like 8 people there. And then an hour before the dinner, you have a really pain in the stomach, and you feel like a bit fever, like you have a bit of a fever. And like, oh shit, I'm gonna miss it. Too bad. I really wanted to meet some new people, but then you call in sick. So if that's a manager, then it's a pattern, You find a way to avoid challenging your inner child. Yeah, I didn't have time. Actually, I got too much work now, or I haven't rested enough this week, so I can't go. Or it's like there's always a reason why you don't have to enter a social scene, which is challenging for you. So then it's a manager part, which is just making sure to avoid any difficult feelings to come up. Then there's the firefighter. The firefighter comes when it's too late. The feelings are already happening. So by accident, you went to the dinner party, It's like the protector was a bit not paying attention. The manager was not paying attention. They were busy with something else, or sleeping. And so you went to the dinner party and you stay there for 1 hour, and then you still start to feel really uncomfortable. Like, I feel so tense. I can't be natural here. I feel nobody sees me and I have to be so artificial, and you freak out, So then the firefighter comes in. And the firefighter is reacting to the emotion which is already happening. The little child feels unseen and untaken care of and unsafe. So the feelings are already starting to flood the system, like feeling really vulnerable, like I don't feel like an adult. I'm an adult. I should be a grown-up. It's childish to feel so insecure in a dinner party. So you have this critical mind, but the firefighter, will find a way to solve the situation. And there are different strategies. Okay, I'm just gonna drink. I drink glass after glass. So after 6 glasses, I don't feel insecure anymore. And then next day, I really feel like, oh, fuck. Oh my God. Damn, that's embarrassing. I lost control, I was just acting like a teenage idiot, Then your critical protector now is very upset with this firefighter, made you drink 6, 7, 8 glasses of wine and get completely drunk in this dinner party. So now you have a firefighter got you drunk. Now you have a very strong critic protector. Now you don't ever do that again. I'm gonna kill you. So you see this dance firefighter, managers, proactive, reactive. So the firefighter doesn't care about consequences. Now we're just gonna get out of this bad feeling so insecure and vulnerable in any which way, you know. It doesn't matter the consequences. So firefighters are reckless often. Managers are more, you know, they've figured it out, you know, just don't go to places where you have to meet people you don't know, you know, just don't do that, you know, just stay at home, watch Netflix. You know, once a year you can meet some new people, that's enough, you know. Just let's live the comfortable life, you know. What's the point? Just make yourself feel uncomfortable. What's the point in that? Let's just have a comfortable life, you know. So anyway, you know, there's just boring conversations at those dinner parties. What's the point? There's always some kind of story, keeps you in the familiar, keeps you in your pattern, make sure you don't step outside your comfort zone. And then we wonder after 20 years of that, while our life feels a bit flat and unexcited. Same in the intimate relationship. You know, it's like, okay, we found some kind of harmony, you know, why rock the boat? Are you with me? So what this means, since this is the in-between program, it's about how do we live the insights we get in our retreats and workshops and ceremonies and therapy sessions and coaching. How do we live it in daily life? So what this points to now is that the manager parts, the proactive parts, will simply keep you in the familiar territory. That's why it's so difficult to change a habit, because the habit is the strategy of the managers, or the habits are the strategies of the managers. Yeah. And we have 101 habits. You can also call them addictions. Some of them are secret. We don't tell anybody about it. It's our own little private secret. There's a protector part that says you'd never tell anybody about that, especially if you're a coach or a teacher. That is not allowed. If you're successful in the world, then those things definitely don't tell anybody. Like a friend of mine, did I tell you this story? I told somebody this story. So this friend of mine became the girlfriend of like the leading spiritual disciple of a famous guru. So he was the highest status person under the big guru with thousands of followers. So she became the boyfriend of him. And then the drama started. Turned out he was quite dramatic and jealous and reactive. And she was like, what are you doing? You're so dramatic. You're supposed to be the head disciple of this spiritual school, and everybody looks up at you, but you're creating such drama. And he said to her, yeah, don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody. I'll lose my standing in this community. I thought that was a funny story. So we project perfection on others, also the gurus. If you get to know gurus personally, you see that they also have their idiosyncrasies, funny aspects. So what I'm pointing at is one way of living our discoveries is to consciously step outside our comfort zone, take a chance in life. Like Nina said, okay, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to say what I dislike in this relationship in this moment. And the protectors are like, no, don't you ever do that. I did it anyway. That's what I mean. So basically, constantly challenge yourself. That's why fear is such a good guide. What you fear shows you where you need to go. But the protectors treat fear very differently. Protectors treat fear as proof of where you're not supposed to go. Dinner party with strangers, we don't do that. No, no, no. That feels scary. That's not for us. So for the protectors, fear is a sign of what not to do. But for the true self, fear is a sign of what to do. Okay, I'm afraid of it. So that means that's what I need to do. So taking chances every day, because it's like a muscle. Taking a risk is like a muscle. If you don't practice it on a daily basis, and then you're going to leave your husband of 20 years suddenly one day, or make a big step, quit your job, or do something big, change, and you haven't practiced daily on small things, it's not going to work. That's one thing I love about being a coach and a teacher, because it's challenged me 10,000 times. It's like, oh. And that's why I was getting a bit too comfortable and needed to take a break. Needed to take a break a year. It's like, I'm a bit too comfortable with my work. It's just module 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Like, wait a minute. So I challenged myself in some new ways for a year. Then I realized, no, I love this work. But I also create something new. Okay, not just do the same again. Now we have this new program, Inner Reset Journey, 6 weeks. So it's something new. So it's a bit challenging. That's good. And that was my next point, Carrie and Martin. Do it in a way that doesn't railroad over your wounded child. Exactly. So challenge ourselves while holding the hand of the wounded child and getting some kind of permission from the protector parts. So that's why you talk to the protector parts. Okay, you don't like this, just like Nina did. You have a little, okay, we're going to do this. Is that okay with you guys? No, we'll do it a little bit. I'll take care of the inner child here. And if you feel you need to come in and, take over, that's okay. So we're not bulldozing over our neither protectors nor the wounded child. So in other words, it's a process of, yes, taking chances, but really being in this inquiry. What happens when I take this step? Which different parts are activated? How do I take care of those different parts? But we don't, in my opinion, we don't get away from taking chances, taking a risk. And also, in my opinion, it needs to be on a daily or weekly basis. We can maybe, but I don't believe so much, once a year I take a risk, it's a bit that's also good with being a coach, because even you don't consciously take a risk, suddenly you have a client who's angry with you. So the risk is always there that you upset the client, or they say you're a bad coach, and you ask for money for this. That's ridiculous. So, you help. I'm gonna take another training 4 years, in this therapy and that therapy, and then I'll do it. That's why over the years I've been kicking so many butts in a friendly way. Just come on, like several times, people who want to coach but are not doing it. Sometimes I say, I have 2 clients for you next week. What? Yeah. And then they do it, and then they love it. It's called kicking ass in a friendly way, or but little friendly. You can also do with your clients. Challenge your client. Okay, so do you wanna keep doing the same, or do you want to take a little risk? Hello. Without attachment, and just challenge. Like, you say you want change, but you don't want to take any risk. Does that even make sense? Comments, questions?